بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق وأعز المرسلين سيما خاتمهم وأفضلهم وأحسنهم حضرة محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is indeed another Eid after the holy month of Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, which was a month of training, which was a month of drilling, a month where we had high intensity training, a month, if we can say so in so many words, a month of military training, a month where we always had to be on our guard, always be witty, always be conscious, always be aware of our environment, and always aware, and more importantly, of ourselves. So we want to wish Imam Hujjat Qaim Ali Muhammad al-Mahdi Ajula Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, all the ulama, may Allah prolong their lives and give barakah even more in their lives, so that their nur reach everybody, inshallah. And we want to wish utmost tabrik and salute the whole Muslim Ummah on this auspicious occasion of Eid-Ul-Fitr. It is indeed an Eid, and before we want to give a few words of pondering, words of reflection, let us look first lughatan, what the words mean. When we look at the word Eid, comes from the word aada, meaning also to repeat, meaning also to return. So when we look at this, so let we have that in mind, that there is a repetition, number one, and number two, that there is a return, a going back to, a rejuvenation, for example, of particular phenomena. Then when we look at the word Fitr, Eid-Ul-Fitr, what does that mean? It comes from the root word also, fitra, means your natural disposition, something that is natural, something that is organic. So when we look at these two words, as if they speak about the same thing, firstly from a superficial point of view, from an apparent point of view, it means that we should go back to how it used to be before the holy month of Ramadan, where everything is normal again. So we would wish, and we would like to express our joy to the Muslim Ummah that after the holy month of Ramadan, things are normal again. And then when we look at another interpretation, then we would love to say this, that after this training, after this military drilling, after the cadets, and that is after the warriors, after the soldiers, after the servants have been drilled in this holy month of Ramadan, how can they go back to how it used to be? So there's a stage higher now, a stage where there is what you have learned, the things which you have trained for, let there be an a'ada, let there be a repetition of that. Let there be how we can return how it's supposed to be. And that is what warriors are supposed to be, what cadets are supposed to be, what soldiers are supposed to be. And they are the ones who are the warriors of light. So when we've learned in the holy month of Ramadan how to control ourselves, how to put the brakes where we see that we are about to go into an accident with evil, an accident with nafs, an accident where we want to stumble upon, an accident where we're going to clash with evil. Let us put the brakes and let us remind ourselves that we cannot do this. And that is bifadl, that is by the blessing and grace and the awareness making of the holy month of Ramadan, so that we are always on our guard, always witty. With that being said, by the way, a mu'min, a believer, is somebody who's always aware of the temptations. And the holy month of Ramadan is an ideal platform, is an ideal field, a battleground where we're going to test our willpower, where we are not going to succumb to the waswas, to the enticement, to the whispering of our amaratun bisu, our internal whispers that comes from a dark place, that comes from a place that wants to keep you in bondage. Therefore, a believer, a sinner, is always in bondage. He's not free. He's not free. He is in prison because of his evil deeds, because of his bad deeds, because he cannot control himself. Therefore, when we look, for example, a person who gets angry, a person who easily succumbs to anger, that person is in bondage. That person is controlled by who? By the forces who press his buttons. Whereas holy month of Ramadan teaches us to be aware. Al-Kadhimin al-Ghaid, those who know that they are now in a situation that's going to trigger their anger, but they are in control. They tame themselves. There is a leash where they are pulling those leash, where they are pulling it and they control themselves. A person who is in charge of his own anger and can control. A person who does not allow his stomach to dictate the next action that he will take. That person is in control of himself. So holy month of Ramadan is teaching us, amongst others, to be aware that this is the world where there is a world of duality, and we will always be tested, but we have within us the energy, the tools, the skills which is required of us to become victors. By the way, speaking of which, did we become victorious in this holy month of Ramadan? Did we become those who have triumph in this holy month of Ramadan? We have to take stock of ourselves. So this holy month of Ramadan, that is an Eid for those who are victorious. As the hadith says, Eid is for those whom Allah has accepted their fasting, whom Allah has accepted them being aware, where Allah has accepted them who have taken the course of action to reform, to rectify, to adjust, to to calibrate their actions into actions that is of a higher consciousness. We cannot say we believe, but we don't do. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu lima taqulun ma la taf'alun. O you who believe, why do you say but you don't do? Let us become of those who are the doers more than those who are the sayers. Let us become those who are people of action, people who are hastily they go into action of good deeds, of helping each other, of generosity, of sharing. Those people who are compassionate with each other, those people who speak nicely to each other. Did the holy month of Ramadan teach us these? If not, if we go back to how it used to be before the holy month of Ramadan, then we have gained nothing. As Imam Rida Salamullah alayhi says, for example, let us give you this: Man istaghfara bilisani, whoever make istighfar with his tongue, walam yandam biqalbi, and he is not remorseful, faqad istahza binafsi, he is only mocking himself. So how can we go back to how it used to be? How we used to live before the holy month of Ramadan? Let there be a change. Let there be a change within us. Let there be reform within us. Let us take stock. And if it is that there are any of those bad deeds, those deeds which are unpleasant, let us not succumb to those. May Allah make us successful. Let this Eid be the Eid of going back to our fitrah. It is Eid-Ul-Fitr, our fitrah, our natural disposition, our natural state, our state how we're supposed to have been originally. It's people who are successful, people who are warriors, people who triumph, people who believe in themselves, people who are strong, people who are always aware, people who always give, people who are always generous, people who help others, people when we see there is something wrong, we rectify it. Let us become of those whom Allah wants us to be, and let us be of those who are the living Quran. Let our actions be actions of haqq. Let us live haqq in this, at the end of this holy month of Ramadan, and today being Eid. Let us be of those who are always aware. Let me never go back to how it used to be, and let us return to our origin. Our origin is Allah Azza wa Jalla Sha'na. As we say, Inna Lillah wa Inna Ilayhi Raji'un. Our origin is Allah. Let us return to that origin. And what is that origin? Allah is powerful. Allah is always aware. Allah is dignity. Allah is honor. Allah is integrity. Let us be that sifatul ilahi, that sifatul ilahiyya. Let us be those like the attributes of Allah. Let it cement within us, and let it come to fruition within our actions, with the way how we interact with each other, and not with each other only, but let it first sink in and let it become our natural disposition. So when we speak about Eid, Aada, let us go back to our origin, and our origin is Allah. You are never alone. You are never alone. Allah is always with you. And once we have that you are never alone, that is a beautiful, if we can say so, springboard to start from. A beautiful point, a beautiful a beautiful junction where we can start at least in our thinking. So let this Eid be a Eid of awareness, an Eid of returning to our origin, an Eid of our natural disposition. Let us also say this, that we cannot forget, and we will never forget, our brothers in Palestine. Oh Allah, let you know what to do. Let us send light, send nur, and Allah knows the address. Let us send that light to our brothers in Palestine. Let them become, and today in our modern age, the Palestinians have no parallel when it comes to devotion, when it comes to sincerity, when it comes to steadfastness, when it comes to sacrifice. There's no parallel for them. May Allah make them victorious. May Allah help them to be those who live in dignity, and those shuhada, they are giving light into our lives, and they've woken up the world population so that people become aware of racism, people become aware of Zionism, people become aware that one group claim that they are better than others, one group claim that they are above the law and they can do whatever they want to do. Those days are numbered. We cannot live in a paradigm where these ideologies flourish still amongst, and people who are teaching us this, people who are making us aware more so than ever before, is the blood of the Palestinians. And may Allah elevate them, may Allah and may Allah give victory to the resistance. And we wish you all a pleasant and an excellent Eid. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La